Well, we got a great setting for the continuation of a great rivalry, but the field is a factor. It is wet, it is muddy, and of course the field may act in Northern's favor tonight. Northern, a smaller but quicker team, and it could neutralize some of the power of Central. The one negative side for Northern, their great kicker Albertson, may have a hard time kicking another record field goal from a wet and muddy field.
You might be right. This series is deadlocked. The 11 wins per team. We'll find out who comes out on top, Northern and Central. Stay with us. Portage Central and Portage Northern. Dandy ball game about to get underway, and some extra significance, Don Steffen. There, a look at the teams that are 1-0 in the Big 8, and those four clubs going against each other tonight.
And of course, after tonight, only two teams undefeated in the Big 8, and this, of course, a big game for Northern. Nobody expected them to do real well in the conference this year, and if they win this game tonight, they're going to put Central in a bind for the rest of the year in the Big 8 conference.
You are right. Central will receive. They are in the white uniforms trimmed in gold. Portage Northern, the home ball club tonight, wearing the all-brown trimmed in orange. And you can see out there, number 1, John Albertson getting ready to kick off for Northern, and he's being very careful about the footing. The footing not very good, John. We walked out there on the field before the ball game, and you can sink down there about an inch, and there's plenty of water.
Actually, the worst footage on the field is towards the middle of the field, in between the 30-yard lines, and that's where most of the game will probably be played, so it should be kind of messy, kind of muddy. Kind of good old-fashioned football, rolling in the mud.
Of course, Albertson's teeing up about a yard back from the 40. Must like the footing a little better there.
Now, Albertson has kicked quite a few into the end zone this year. Quite a leg on it.
Boots it high, down the center. Central will receive at about the 12-yard line and bring it from there. Out to the 20, the 30, and about the 35-yard line with some Steve Hewitt. Good return, and Portage Central will start 1st and 10. Right there, you see Steve Hewitt, and there are going to be plenty of muddy uniforms tonight, and a lot of players who will simply be unidentifiable by the time we get to the 3rd and 4th quarter of this ball game. Still a good crowd on hand. We're going to approach 5,000 people here at McCamley Field for this 23rd renewal. Portage Central and Portage Northern. They're deadlocked, by the way, right now. 11 victories apiece. Quarterback for Portage Central, a sophomore, Dan Knight, number 10, brings his team up wide out to both sides of the field and a protest. Hewitt has about 5 yards out to about the 40 with it. Straight ahead football, the kind of football we're likely to see most of the evening. Let's set the starters for you now as we have them. Portage Central, you see Young, Ferry, Tunellis, Roush, Bell, and Roberts, the big guys up front. Holderman, the tight end, Martin, the wide receiver, Knight, the quarterback, Hewitt, and Martin Williams in the backfield. Second down, about 5, facing Portage Central. Dan Knight, 5'11", 155 pounds, a sophomore, coach's son, up on the varsity. Looks like a pretty good bet to earn 3 varsity letters. Gives it to Hewitt, and the senior has 2 or 3 yards. It'll be 3rd down and about 3. Nothing fancy. There's the Northern defense now. Green, Lalone, the leading tackler. Caldwell, Bannister, Riccio is one to watch, number 72, and Patton. Jones, Crunk, Capston, Keller, and Marshall. About 4 players who go both ways for Northern. 3rd down, 3, and I would think right up the middle. Maybe use Martin Williams, the big guy, this time. No! Nice play. Hewitt again. Going to be short of the 1st down. It'll be 4th and punt, and the Northern fans like it.
An important series for Northern, especially early on. You know, Central hasn't given up a point all year. And if Northern's going to have a real good chance in this game, they've got to get on the board first. And they got to get on the board early and try to hope that they can hold back Central in their powerful game.
You and I didn't get a chance to talk keys much before the game, but my first one over here, you notice, Portage Northern really must get on the board first. They don't want to get behind. Good kick. Going to be fielded at about the 30-yard line. I think that was Tom Cross back there. Brought it out to about the 33. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Portage Northern. Right there. First offensive drive coming up for the Huskies. 9:30, still to play first quarter. We've got a flag on the field, by the way. 9:30, still to play first quarter. Scoreless tie. We are just underway, Portage Central and Portage Northern. And the officials talking things over.
The flag is in the portion of the field where you're getting an eligible receiver downfield to some offsides from the kicking team.
Well, they're talking with Big Doug Roberts from Portage Central as if the penalty is going to go against Northern. And it looks like we're going to go all the way back and do it over again.
Well, they're going to bring it back.
Maybe an automatic first down. Well, those gals aren't going to have much to cheer about. It's going to be an automatic first down for Portage Central. Looks like a big one, 15 yards against Northern.
That's unusual on a punt to have the defense penalized 15 yards. We still haven't gotten an indication yet. Here it comes.
Personal foul. So a personal foul. Big mistake by Northern here early, and Portage Central keeps the football. 1st and 10, down now at the 43 of Portage Northern. Knight back on the field with the pro set behind him. Football loose for a minute. Knight picks it up, and he is stuck. Might have been Lalone over there making the stop. Matt Lalone.
Lalone, of course, playing both ways for Northern. Great running back. You see it on the play here, also playing middle linebacker on defense. The ball did come loose, and Lalone stayed with it and brought down quarterback Knight for the loss. We haven't talked about turnovers. Always important in a football game, but with field conditions and wet ball conditions like this, turnovers could be high, and it could play an important role in this game tonight.
Sophomore quarterback Dan Knight in the end gained about a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9. Here goes Martin Williams trying to turn the corner. Does down inside the 35 to about the 33. Very near first down yardage. We'll have to wait and see where they mark it.
Neither team throws the ball very much. I guess Central is run about 90% of the time so far this year, and with, again, wet conditions and a young quarterback, we don't expect a lot of passing on Central's part. They also have a very large team. We haven't talked much about that, and as the night goes on, we'll pick out some of their bigger linemen, both on the offensive and the defensive line, and, of course, their object is to wear down Northern with a running game.
Well, you mentioned Central about 90%. That's just about exactly what I came up with. As I counted the first 2 ball games, Central run 100 plays, 90 of them on the ground, 10 of them in the air. Even folks who do math like you and I can figure that out. Now we'll watch the measurement here. And looks like they've got it by half a football. So a 1st and 10 Portage Central. They kept the ball following a punt on a penalty. And now they earn a first down. Next Friday night, Portage and Delton. 11:30 here on Friday Night Football, and that's shaping up like a real showdown in the KVA. Portage and Delton next Friday here on 41's Friday Night Sports. First down 10, Portage Central marks the football at the 33 of Northern. Rouse, 6', 200-pound junior is the center. Dan Knight now up over him will run the pitch play to Hewitt. Flag flies as Hewitt inside the 20, down to about the 12-yard line, but let's wait and see. Flag is back where you normally see a hole.
I think they've got a hold of the outside linebacker trying to take Hewitt down in the backfield, which would negate a big play for Central.
Well, Portage Central opts to go with a pitch play, which is something we didn't expect to see a lot of tonight with that split football. But they picked the right time to do it. Right after a measurement, football's been toweled off and is dry.
Well, they're going to bring it back.
There's a look at the Northern staff. And Joe Wood in his 9th season, 36 and 39. Came here from Marcellus. Had just a grand 11-year stint at Marcellus, 81 victories in 11 years. And you see it is a hold called against Portage Central. So instead of a first down inside the 15, it'll be a first down way back at about the 41-42. First down and close to 20. Wide out to the bottom of your screen, and a pro set behind sophomore quarterback Dan Knight. The option left to keep it, and he is stood up. I think Lalone, after a yard, maybe two. I tell you, Lalone is simply all over the field. Led the team in tackles last year, leading them again in tackles this year, plus had, 215 yards rushing last week. He's just having quite a year.
And he's in on every play, both offense and defense, and will be probably the main offensive threat for Northern tonight.
If and when they touch the football. 7:20 still to play here first quarter. Portage Central running time off the clock. We're scoreless. Technically, we're still in the first drive, and there is Matt Lalone. We've got a second down, a little more than 15. Back to throw is Knight. Home run ball. Incomplete. Closest man to the football was Mark Marshall from Northern, as he was 4 or 5 yards out in front of the intended receiver, Stacy Young. There's Stacy Young, and Stacy Young went down in warm-ups right out in front of us, diving for a football, slid about 15 yards.
And Stacy, the main offensive threat for wide receivers for Central. If they throw the ball, they throw mostly to Young. Got a lot of speed, he's got some good hands, and he's also got the muddy uniform.
7:01 still to play first quarter. 0-0. Portage Central, Portage Northern. Third down. Scoreboard says 15. More like 17 or 18. Facing Portage Central.
Big play for Northern. They had him held on the first series and then gave a first down.
Back to throw again is Knight. As a man open over there, it's complete. Tight end down inside the 35, falling forward to the 33. Devin Polderman going to be short of the first down 6, but maybe this is 4-down territory. It's going to be 4th down and about 5. Football marked at the 28-yard line of Northern.
Well, we're almost sure that they'll go for it. They have nobody really who's a place kicker. They alternate a couple of people on both kickoffs and field goals. And since they're inside the 30, they've got nothing to lose. They're not going to punt the ball from there.
I think you're right. If there's a weak point to Portage Central's game, it has to be the kicking game. 4th down, here we go. Play right side is loose. Northern recovers. Didn't matter. 4th down anyway. Northern recovers. 6:15 still to play first quarter. We are scoreless. Still to play first quarter, and Portage Northern takes over on their first offensive possession. Number 99, the quarterback, is Brent Keller, 6'2" and a senior. Nice play. I think it was Kronk out across the 40 to about the 41. There is the Northern offense. The tight end is Bannister, then Cornell, Cowell, Taylor, Heaps, and Riccio up front. Marshall is the split end. Keller, number 99, was a split end last year. Now the quarterback, Malone, Green, and Kronk in the backfield. They'll run very often out of the wishbone set. They don't run the real true wishbone offense, just run out of that set. 2nd down 3, flag flies. Probably delay of game.
There may have been some contact in the interior line right over center. No, Mark, you got it right. Delay of game penalty. Let's change it again. It was contact. Some legal motion on the offense. That marks it off 5 yards. You know, Kronk carried the ball on first down for Northern, and Kronk is not the main ball-carrying threat. As a matter of fact, he's the smallest guy and the quickest guy on the field for Northern.
Well, you saw there on the sidelines, Joe Wood was asking for an explanation, trying to find out just exactly what was going on. End result is it'll be 2nd down and 8 facing Northern. Their first possession, Portage Central, with help from a penalty, marched all the way down inside the 30 of Portage Northern. Their first time in football. Back to throw is Keller, in a little trouble, fires it out there and tipped away at the last moment. Good defensive play. Number 11, Matt Cox for Portage Central. There you see the Portage Central defense. Canerva, Roberts, Eaton, Munson, Norman, and Polderman. Brewers, Martin, Kopp, Kalinsky, and Buller. Kopp, the safety, number 11, tipped that first football away. 3rd down, 8, facing Portage Northern. Wide out to the bottom of the field is Mark Marshall, number 82. Best athlete, they say, pound for pound on Northern's team. There's Malone's first carry, and Doug Roberts great team at the line of scrimmage. Gain of maybe a yard. It'll be 4th down and punt.
We get a chance to look at number 77, Roberts, who plays both on the offensive and defensive line. 6'6", 240 pounds.
There are doubtless some collegiate scouts here tonight, and I'm sure that's one of the people they're keeping an eye on, Big Doug Roberts. Another one of the gentlemen they're watching will go back in punt formation right now. John Elbertson will stand deep and punt for Northern. Not nearly as good a punter as he is a place kicker. Averaging about 34 yards a punt. Snap is almost over his head. They're coming, and Albertson gets it away. Good kick. Hewitt fields it at his own 20-yard line. After the 30 plus some, maybe the 35, where it'll be 1st and 10, Portage Central. 4:05, still to play first quarter. Scoreless tie in the battle for Portage. And he's back to throw. The Hewitt over there, was it complete? I believe they're going to mark it complete out across the 40 to about the 42-yard line. Gain of 6 or 7, and all of a sudden, both these clubs surprising us just a little bit, Don, throwing the football.
Well, they've only thrown 10 times all year in the first 2 games, and they've thrown 2 times early on in this game. Here you see the little dump pass to number 24, Hewitt, who caught it just inbound and picked up about 6 yards of the play.
Boy, did you see him slogging in the mud over there, kicking up the dirt. 2nd down 4. Facing Portage Central. Dive play. A little bit short of the 1st down 6. Martin Williams on the carry. 6'2", 210 pounds, and a senior. They're going to mark him just across the 45-yard line. 1st down is at the 46, so it'll be 3rd down and 1. Wouldn't think we'll see much in the way of trickery here. This series is deadlocked, 11 wins apiece. Portage Central's had the better of it since Bob Knight has come to the school.
Central has won the last 5 years. And of course, the significance, the winning team gets to take the goal post. We'll talk about that later.
3rd down 1. Double tight end formation. Option right.
They didn't get it.
Forward, but not reaching the 1st down 6 was Williams. I see number 45, Derek Green, the sophomore, I think on the stop.
And also Malone right in the middle of the play.
It'll be 4th down and punt. I'm a little surprised they tried the option. I thought we'd see straight dive. There you see the Portage Central bench. Man in the middle in shirt sleeves is Bob Knight. Head coach there 17 years now. And his club lining up to go for it on 4th and a yard. Maybe a little quick kick from Hewitt. Don't know if that worked or not. Bounces inside the 30, perhaps right at the 30-yard line. Lined up as if they were going to go for it, just pitched back to the tailback and let him quick kick.
Well, they only got about 25 yards on the kick.
No return, though, if nothing else. Hope you'll join us Sunday, 12 noon. For This Week in Bronco Sports, Robin Hook is your host. Al Moldy will be along to talk about Northern Illinois and Western Michigan University. That's Saturday's game for the Broncos. Have a package on women's cross country, some highlights for the soccer team, all on This Week in Bronco Sports, Sunday at noon. 1st and 10, Portage Northern, Brent Keller. Man in motion, flags fly everywhere. May have been encroachment against Portage Central. High school football, if you step into that neutral zone, it's an offside. Can't jump back, doesn't matter. The moment you step in, you're offside. And I think maybe Portage Central's right end took a step offside. There is some of a good crowd on hand here at McCamley Field. So a free 5 yards on the encroachment against Portage Central. Makes the call for Joe Wood and the Husky Brain Trust a little easier. 1st and 5.
And you've got to be impressed with the way Northern's line is handling the much larger Central line, both offensively and defensively.
They've got a couple of horses up front for Northern. It's not like they've got no size. Looks like a halfback option maybe. And Croc's going to keep it. He's got the 1st down. Or very near the 1st down anyway, out near the 40.
That's the 2nd carry for little number 22. He's a Small guy, only 5'9", 152 pounds, a senior, but he's the quickest guy on the northern backfield.